Good day, I hope you're well. My name is Vidi Swatia, and today I'd like to talk about one of my favorite subjects, personal development. I'd like to go through what is personal development, why you should embark on it, how you can embark on it, and when you should actually start. I'm very much excited about this topic, so let's get going. First things first, what is personal development? Personal development is a person taking responsibility for their own development by taking up activities that grow or develop their capabilities and potential. The most important thing I can tell you about personal development is that it's you. It's personal. It's you taking responsibility. It's no one running after you saying that you must do this, you must do that. There's no teacher, there's no boss. You are in full control of it. You look at yourself, you see where you feel like you need to develop more, and you take action to develop it. You look for activities and resources that will help you reach your maximum potential. So that's what it's about. It's really about you taking steps to help yourself. In personal development, you look at where you are and you look at where you want to be. And then you try and assess the activities and skills that you must develop in order to get to where you want to be. The second most important question is why? Why should I take up personal development? Simon Sinek always says start with why. Well, I think the simplest explanation I can give for why you should invest in personal development is so that you can progress along with life. Life is changing every day. There's something new that's being developed all the time. And if you are highly invested in what you learned 10 years ago, you will be left behind. So as you embark on this personal development, you are continuously developing yourself to be aligned with the changes that are happening in life. A lot of people believe that they are progressing along with life. But when you actually monitor the things that they talk about or the things that take up a lot of their mental time, you'll find that a lot of those things are invested in the past. But somehow they still believe that they're progressing along. People who are trying to move and progress along with life are continuously focused on what is happening today and what could possibly happen tomorrow, and looking for ways to align themselves with the best possibilities that are taking place today and that could take place tomorrow. School teaches you everything apart from teaching you about yourself. People pass school subjects exceptionally well, but when they have to go into the professional environment and have to answer questions like, tell me about yourself, people struggle because they're not equipped to understand themselves. They're only equipped to understand school subjects. This is why personal development becomes even more important. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You learn these terms at school, but we're never asked to apply them on yourself. So now you're getting into a professional environment where you have to know these things, but you were never taught to analyze them in yourself. Personal development requires you to read by yourself, understand by yourself, research by yourself. But fortunately today, there are tons of resources that can help you simplify a lot of the things that you are trying to research and understand. But the effort needs to come from you. The first book I ever read on personal development made me realize that majority of what I learned in school was not going to help me in the professional environment. I had to take up learning all over again. But because I knew the direction that I wanted to go, I was willing to take up and invest time to develop myself. The professional environment has less to do with school subjects and more to do with you and how you work with other people. The professional environment cares more about what can you do versus what were you actually taught. How do you talk? How do you listen? What unique things do you know? Can those unique things add value to the business? This is what the professional environment wants. One thing that is very important to understand is that the rules applicable in school are very different to the rules applicable in the work environment. That is why people who are sometimes great at school struggle in the professional environment, because those are completely different rules. You must adapt to the new rules of the working environment or you'll struggle. You trying to get school rules to apply to the professional environment is, as Mark Twain says, you are allowing school to interfere with your education. Personal development helps you focus on the present and the future, and helps you develop skills and capabilities that will align you with the possibilities of today and tomorrow. Okay, so we have gone through what is personal development, why you should invest in personal development. Now we get to how you can invest in personal development. The first most important thing in the how to invest in personal development is self-awareness. When I was thinking about why you should invest in personal development, I spoke about the fact that schools do not teach you about yourself. But the beginning of all wisdom is to know thyself. So when you are embarking in personal development, the first thing you need to get right is self-awareness, understanding yourself. Self-awareness helps to understand where to begin in personal development. Being able to answer questions like, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Helps you understand where exactly to start in your quest to develop yourself. A lot of people do not know their strengths and weaknesses, and getting clear about their strengths and weaknesses will really help you develop faster in your development. Because you'll be investing your time in the right places. Okay, now through self-awareness, we've been able to identify our strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so now we need to learn how to develop our strengths and work with our weaknesses. We need to now look at what resources can I use to develop my strengths. Do I need books? Do I need to attend seminars? Do I need to watch documentaries? Do I need a mentor? What do I need to do now in order to develop myself? I've identified my weaknesses. Okay, I'm not sure you identified your weaknesses. How do you work with them? I'm personally not a person who goes on and says people must work on their weaknesses until they become their strengths. I firmly believe work on your weaknesses until they do not get in the way. Until they do not get in the way of your progress. Once you're done with self-awareness, you've built the foundation. Now let's build the house up. Now you have to know yourself and what you stand for. We're still in how to begin with personal development, and we've just covered self-awareness. Second step is building yourself. After you become aware of where you are strong and where you are not, you need to understand what is important to you. What do you want? Building yourself is highly individualistic. So don't try and look at what other people are doing in order to develop themselves. Look at your self-awareness and work with that. The third thing in the how is to continue to learn, continue to develop. There's no moment where you have arrived in personal development. Personal development is not a 6-month course that you pass and you are over it and done with. It's not a yearly thing that once you've mastered over a year, you've completely finished. It's a continuous life effort. You are continuously learning and teaching yourself, continuously exposing yourself to different environments so that you can see how well you adapt and also be able to test if all the things that you have learned, you're able to also apply them. You have to be continuously exposing yourself, continuously learning and checking if the things that you are learning are finding fertile ground in you. One thing that I think will be very beneficial for your personal development is developing a spirit of curiosity. Be highly, highly curious. Always be asking why. Never move away from beliefs that is not for me to know or that has nothing to do with me. Be continuously curious. The more curious you are and the more you investigate things that you are curious about, the more you learn, the more you develop yourself. The more you learn, the more value you are investing in yourself. The last stage of personal development is when. So we've covered what is personal development, why you need to invest yourself in personal development, how to invest yourself in personal development, and lastly, when to invest yourself in personal development. I can easily tell you that now is the best time to invest yourself in personal development. A lot of people believe that they do not have the time to invest in personal development. They have reasons like, when I get home, I'm tired, on weekends, I'm busy. But I truly believe that we make time for things that are incredibly important to us. If you believe that your dreams and whatever you aspire is important to you, then you will make time. If your growth and your development is not your biggest priority, then you will not have the time. And that's it for personal development. I really hope you found value in this video. If while watching this video you found something that you actually feel like you want to develop, please leave me a comment and tell me about it. I'd love to know what you want to work on. This channel is all about learning, sharing, and inspiring. And I really hope you learning about personal development will actually also inspire you to start developing. Thank you again. If you know anyone who might benefit from this video, please share it with them. If you found this video highly helpful, please make use of that like, share, and subscribe button. I thank you so much for your time. This is Beniswa Tia. Let's continue to learn, share, and inspire. Bye.